mouth then. Here, what we got here. This is my buddy Sam. Sam, why don't you say hi to everybody?
How y'all doing?
Hi.
Hello?
All right, so got some smiling faces. I'm so glad you all came. You kid, well, all of y'all, but you kids. I'm a kind of a big kid too, and so I'm so happy to be here and so Sam, isn't it so good to be? But we just really look forward to coming back and sharing with you guys again. So, Sam, anything else? Anything you want to say?
Well, it really is good to see you all. You know, sometimes I think, did you tell them where we live?
Yeah, I told them we're from Florida, and it really is just always a treat to come up here, and especially this time of the year. It's such a beautiful time of the year, so we always look forward to it.
You know, sometimes people get a little bit of an idea about Florida, you know, especially if they haven't been there. You know, they think that Florida is some kind of a paradise, you know, sandy beaches and palm trees and all kinds of really lovely things.
Well, Sam, we do have that. I mean, there's a lot of really nice things in Florida. I mean, I think so. What's your point?
Well, you know, Florida, we have other stuff too down there. We have, you know, sometimes we deal with these hurricanes.
That's right. We do deal with the hurricanes sometimes.
And then we also have these overgrown reptiles that come and munch on your chihuahuas if you're not careful. You gotta watch out for the
Alligator. So, what else?
Well, to use a biblical term, we have what you call pestilence.
Pestilence. We have a lot of bugs in Florida, you guys.
We have mosquitoes and cockroaches and these little things called no-see-ums.
No-see-ums, those little bugs you can't really see that bite at you, right?
And we also have termites. You know, a guy like me, I have to be very, very concerned about termites. They're just like some people, you know. They get in your head.
Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. All right. Well, we're just, again, so happy to be here. And Sam, we're doing a lot of music together. We're worshiping this morning. It's been a good service so far. So I thought maybe you might have a song for the folks once again today.
Well, I could do that.
You can do that? You think you can handle that? All right, well, maybe you can be thinking about that. Let me tell you all a quick story. This is really kind of way off topic, but as some of you may know, I started to write and illustrate kids' books about 7 or 8 years ago. Earlier this year, Sam and I were at a library event in Texas, and we were sharing one of my news stories with a group of kids, and Sam had to come out and say hello too. Well, the story, my newest story, was kind of a Christmas themed story, and even though it wasn't Christmas, we were talking about the holiday. Well, Sam was telling these group of kids, y'all, this is interesting. Sam was telling this group of kids that he has a very special connection to the Christmas holiday. Sam, isn't that right?
Mm-hmm, I do.
Okay. You want to tell them?
Well, y'all aren't going to believe this, okay? I am Christmas royalty.
And they have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, get this. My granddaddy actually was a Christmas tree. I went out on a limb to tell you all that joke.
That's so bad. It is.
My uncle was a nutcracker.
No, he wasn't. That's bad. Okay. All right, Sam. How about a song?
Well, actually, you know, this morning I thought I would just take a minute and tell a little story. Is that cool?
Okay, as long as you, I want you to sing though, so be sure you do that. So what story would you like to tell?
Well, if it's okay, I want to go way back and tell a story, one of my very favorite stories. And there's a chance that years ago I might have shared it here at the church that it's one of my favorites.
Well, go ahead and tell it.
Well, this is the story of one of my favorite characters in the Bible, and it's because it's a kid in the Bible with a really cool name.
A kid in the... Okay, all right, I know where you're going with this. Are you going to tell us about Samuel again because your name's Sam?
I think
Oh, okay. Why don't you tell us?
Well, y'all know this. Samuel, the first time I heard the story of Samuel, the person that told it to me said that Samuel was a really good listener.
Okay?
So I thought that meant he had big ears, like Dumbo or like you.
No, Sam, being a good listener is not about the size of your ears. It's about what you do once you hear something, right? What you do once you hear something.
You mean like being obedient?
Well, that's exactly right. My mom used to tell me, she used to say that obedience, she said, Brent, obedience is what you do when you're told without asking questions. And they looked it up in the dictionary. So that's how I was raised, for better or for worse. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, speaking of moms, Samuel's mom, her name was Hannah.
Anybody here named Hannah? Do we have any Hannahs here? All right. I'll see. Okay.
His dad's name was Elkanah.
Anybody here named Elkanah? You got any Elkanah?
Before Samuel was born, Hannah didn't have any kids, but she really wanted to. Bad. So every year she would go to the temple and she would pray, and ask the Lord to give her a child. And you know what she told God? She said, Lord, if you give me a child, I'm going to give him right back to you. Well, how's she going to do that? 747 to heaven?
Oh, come on, Sam. You know she knows. So what happened?
Well, one year in particular, Hannah went to the temple, and I don't mean to make fun, but she was in there talking to God.
Okay.
And, well, she,
What?
she looked a little bit,
What do you mean?
she looked a little off.
Was she was not okay?
No, not okay.
What are you saying?
Well, she was in there talking to God, and I think maybe her eyes were closed and her mouth was moving, but you couldn't hear any noise. So she looked a little bit like this.
Well, that's a little disturbing. So something was definitely wrong.
Well, Eli, he was the high priest. He came and saw her, and he said, this lady has some issues.
That's right. That's some problems there. Yeah.
Yeah. But when he finally talked to her, he thought she had been drinking some strong drink.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I get it. All right, yeah. Okay, it's okay. It's all right. Okay. So when he talked to her, what? I'm sorry. You've never done that before. Yeah. What? When he talked to her, what?
Well, I mean, he saw deeper. He said, Hannah, you go home. God has heard your request.
Okay, so Hannah found out that God was listening to her prayer, right? That God had heard what she was saying, and
Sure enough, not too long later, Hannah found out she's going to have a baby. And as these things usually go, she did.
she did. All right. And she named him Samuel.
Well, duh.
Well, that's great. So what about her promise to God to give Samuel back to God?
You know what? When Samuel got old enough, she just took him back to the tabernacle and dropped him off.
Well, hold on, Clint. Let me clarify that. She did bring Samuel back to the place of worship, and she let him stay there with Eli, so he could work for God there in the tabernacle. So that's it. Then what, Samuel? Sam forgot. Have y'all ever done that before? You get what you're saying and right in the middle of it. Okay, I help out. Every year, Hannah would come to the temple, and she would bring Samuel a
piece of cheesecake.
No, that's not in my Bible. No, she would bring him like a cloak or a robe, right? She'd bring him a garment of some kind.
The Lord knows we all need a good garment.
Yes, we do. So what happened there in the temple that was so important to the story?
Well, it was in the temple that Samuel showed that he learned how to be a good listener. One night he was lying in bed, probably starting to doze off a little bit, you know.
All right, Sam. Sam.
Don't rush me, dude. All of a sudden, he heard this. Look, don't that devil went running over to Eli. He said, I heard you. What did you need? And Eli said, I didn't call you. Go back to bed.
So he did.
Yeah, it wasn't too long later. He heard it again. Well, he jumped out of bed again, running over to Eli. He said, I heard you this time. What did you need? And Eli said, I didn't call you this time either. Go back to bed, bucko.
You know I keep interrupting Sam, but have y'all ever thought, probably I'm going to assume most of us know the story of Samuel, have y'all ever thought, what would you do? What would you have done? What would I have done if you're trying to go to sleep? And all of a sudden you hear someone call your name, and you couldn't figure out, would you think somebody, left their cell phone on, or somebody's trying to play a joke, or something like that, saying maybe he thought it was his belly growling,
Leave the cheesecake.
That wasn't it. So what was it?
Well, he heard it again, y'all. This time, Eli caught him. And he said, Samuel, when you hear that again, say, speak or your servant hears. And that's exactly what he did, because it wasn't somebody trying to play a joke, and it wasn't his belly growling. It was God. It was God. And God had something very difficult for Samuel to do, in my estimation.
Well, what was that?
Well, Eli had some wicked sons, but he didn't do anything to stop them. So God told Samuel to tell Eli that he was in big trouble.
Big trouble indeed. Yeah, well, did he do it?
Yeah.
This is really, I think this is a really important story for all of us here. I really do believe that. But I do look at you kids and say, you know what? We don't know how old Samuel was. He might have been 8 or 10 or 12. I don't know. He might have been 9. I don't know. But he was really young. But he did something that seemed to be very hard. Why? Because God told him to, right? He was willing to be, Sam, what's the word?
Obedient.
Obedient, absolutely. Sam, thank you so much for that reminder. And it's just, no matter where we are, who we are, what season of life we're in, the importance of obeying God in every area of our life is really something we cannot underscore enough. And Sam, I appreciate you sharing that, reminding us all of that. So, all right, do you have a song?
I can sing.
You can sing? Okay, all right. Ready? Okay, here we go. Okay, what song are you going to sing?
Well, I suppose I should decide what.
You did something. I thought you had a song for this morning.
Well, here's the deal. I have a very extensive list of songs, and sometimes it's kind of hard to narrow it down.
Well, you've had time, Sam, I'm sorry. No. You've had time to narrow it down. And also, I know for a fact that you don't exactly have an extensive list of songs that you use.
I do too.
Yes, no, you don't. No, you don't. We're starting to do the duck season, rabbit season. Okay. No, you don't.
It's a very, very impressive repertoire.
Repertoire, that's a fancy word.
Anytime I try to say that word, your mouth moves worse than it usually does. You're all thinking it?
All right, Sam, okay. Okay, well, so do you need about 30 seconds to figure out what song and finalize your decision? Okay, all right. Okay, I'm going to give Sam about just a 30. While Sam's deciding what song he wants to sing, I just want to tell you guys once again, some of you kids have probably seen this before, with those of you who've met Sam, but Sam really is just a puppet, okay? And so I thought that maybe briefly Sam would be willing to show you some of the things that maybe you didn't notice, maybe you did notice, but just kind of highlight some of his special features, all right? He doesn't like it when I do this. But Sam can do some cool things. Sam, why don't you show him? Some of you may remember this. Sam can raise his eyebrows. Did you notice that, y'all? He's got some serious windshield wipers going on. It's a rain time. Sam can blink. All right. Sam can wink. Uh-oh, where's that going? All right. Sam's eyes can go back and forth and back and forth. His mouth can open and close, which is helpful when you're trying to talk. Sam just had jaw surgery, so that's a good thing. We got more jaw and we know to do it. Now here's the cool part. Okay, don't try this on any of your friends, brothers, sisters, cousins, grandchildren. All right, there we go. So,
Happy Halloween.
All right. Okay. Well.
Love is a very special thing. A smile, a tear, a soft summer rain. It has no beginning, it has no end. But I like it best when it's shared with a friend. Love is never stuffed up, never puffed up, doesn't give up when the going's rough. It's the biggest little word you can say by the word. It's sympathy, sincerity, it's charity, the main variety of everything happiness is made of. And I like it best when it's shared with others.
Turn over to Pastor Norm for just a minute, but before, but Sam, is there anything else you want to say before you head out?
Well, again, thank you so much for letting us. If y'all ever find yourself down in South Florida, please come say hello. Just not all at one time.